Good morning, Year 6. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and you're ready for another week of home learning. Gosh, I've got some fantastic activities for you this week and we have got a very, very busy Monday. So let's get on with it. Okay, so it's Monday, so Gospel Assembly. So if you could please click onto the link for Mr. Carey and watch the Gospel Assembly, that would be great. And today we are moving on to a new topic in maths. We are looking at position and direction. Now, we are starting off with something called the first quadrant today, and I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what we're doing. It's really important that you listen to the White Rose video very carefully, because I think last year you were at home when you did this topic as well. So we'll go back over it when you come back to school, but I just want to explain a couple of things first. Now, what I've done today is I've printed off the sheet that you're going to be doing as part of your work. So this is the first sheet in the maths, okay? And it says the first quadrant. I need to make sure before we do anything at all that you know what a quadrant is. Okay, so we need to look a little bit at vocabulary first, okay? Now, a quadrant is, let's hold this up, it's a bit of a flimsy piece of paper, so please excuse me. This, turn it round, this square here, okay, so the whole of this square is called a quadrant, all right? So that's all it means, the first quadrant. Now in year 6 we look at 4 quadrants, which is why it's talking about the first quadrant to start with. And today we're going to be looking at coordinates in the quadrant, and it's a really important skill because if you don't get this, you won't be getting the rest of the stuff. So take your time and think carefully. Do not rush, okay? Think carefully. Okay, so on the axis we have got an x-axis across here, and we have got a y-axis, okay? So it's really important, the first thing you know, that's the quadrant, okay? There's the y-axis, there's the x-axis, and they are numbered. And they are numbered on the lines, not in between the lines. We've had that problem before, that people have put the number 1 there, and it's really difficult to read the coordinate then. So you put the number on the lines, and today it's already done for you, so that makes life a lot easier, okay? And here we have got some coordinates plotted for you, A, B, C, D. And what it's asking you to do is read those coordinates. So, as always, I've got a little bit of a strategy for you to remember this. And it's a little saying, okay? And it is along the corridor and up the stairs. Right, I'm going to say it again, and I want you to say it with me out loud. I'm listening, okay, year 6? Along the corridor and up the stairs. Now, you might think I'm going a bit mad, but I'm not, okay? So what do I mean by that? When you read coordinates, okay, you go along the corridor and up the stairs to read it. So every time you read coordinates from now on, I want you to say along the corridor and up the stairs. I'm sure Mrs. Hickman's already told you this last year. Okay, so let's have a look at the coordinate for A. So, in my head, along the corridor, up the stairs. Along the corridor, so I go over 1, 2. We read where the points cross in the corner, okay? So we go over 2, and then we go up the stairs 1. So the coordinate for A would be 2, 1. Easy peasy. Okay, so let's have a look at, should we do D? Because it's a bit further away. Okay, so we're reading D now. Along the corridor, up the stairs. Okay, so along the corridor it's 2, and up the stairs it's 8. So we'd put 2 and we'd put 8 there. So I think you can do that quite easily, but you do have to be really accurate when you are reading, okay? So you could use a ruler to help you as well, that might help you, but always, always along the corridor, up the stairs, and take your time please, year 6, okay? Fantastic. Now, Here is a question. I'm talking about vocabulary again because I know that you know what a rectangle is, and we are looking a little bit at 2D shapes in amongst the work that we're doing this week, okay? But here on this question it says, here are coordinates for 3 vertices of a rectangle. So you might not know what a vertice is, or you might have forgotten what a vertice is. So I'm telling you that a vertice is just the corner of the shape. All right. So the vertice it would be the corner of the shape where the two edges, using quite technical language, aren't we? Where the two edges, the two lines meet together, okay? And that is called a vertex. Where the two edges meet and there is one vertex. But if you are looking at where lots of different edges meet, that is when they are called vertices, all right? And it's just where they meet, all right? So there's a language that you will be using again. So very quickly, the first quadrant. Yeah, the first quadrant is that quadrant, okay? And we have got an x-axis and we have got a y-axis. Brilliant. Then, when we're reading coordinates, what do we say in our head? Can I hear you? Along the corridor, up the stairs. Along the corridor, up the stairs, okay? Picture it in your house, okay? You walk along the corridor to go up the stairs. And then you can read where they meet. When we label, we don't go in between, we go on the lines, all right? And that we're really accurate and we're really careful. And when we talk about a vertex, it's where those two edges meet on a 2D shape, or where those two lines meet, the corner, okay? And if it's talking about vertices, it's talking about more than one, all right? Now, you have a go at this first sheet today, and then we have got a challenge sheet as well. I'm not going to go through all of that. Have a go if you want to, okay, if you feel confident, but if not, don't worry about it. Just do that first sheet, okay? But make sure that you read that you listen really carefully to the White Rose video for me today. Could you do that for me, Year 6? Superb. Right, the City of Silence. It's getting exciting. It's getting exciting, Year 6. All right, so we are going to start with activity 9 today, which is on page 11. And there's 3 sections. There's A, B and C to section activity 9, okay? And it's called Extending Your Ideas. So you've probably got a bit of an idea already. It's about extending those sentences, adding more detail into those sentences, adding more adjectives. So let's have a look at A. So we have got, for A, we have got adding in more detail, okay? And what we are going to look at is the sentences that we've done already with the abstract nouns,